Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and today I want to talk to you about starting baby-led weaning. Noah just had her first food, and I wanted to share that with you. So, disclaimer, I am not a pediatrician, I am not a dietitian and nutritionist, I am just a mom who has done a lot of research. Rio is 3, and we did baby-led weaning with him, and it went perfectly, flawlessly. I loved it, and that has led me to want to do that again with Noah. And I will pretty much be doing the exact same thing with 2 big exceptions. Number 1, I just want to put out there that the internet is fake, and whatever you think of my life, whatever you think I have all together, whether I'm a great mom or whatever, my son is 3 and he has definitely fallen into the incredibly picky eating category. He doesn't like any sauces. He only likes a few select vegetables. He loves like all fruit. And he loves sugar. I started baby-led weaning with him because I love sugar so much that I wanted to help him create better habits, and I wanted him to be a good eater. I'm a really healthy eater plus all sugar. I love vegetables. I love all of the things plus all the candy and sugar in the world. If you know me, you can attest to how true that is. What country I lived in or what stage of my life we were friends, I guarantee you it included chocolate bars. The 2 things that I would change, number 1, I'm going to start her with more vegetables and hold off on the fruits to help try and further prevent that taste for sweet things. There is some research out there that suggests going with more vegetables first and then introducing the sweet profiles, which, to be honest, we started with a carrot. A carrot is a sweeter profile, but compared to a banana or a pear, it's less sweet. So I'm going to do more vegetables for a little bit and then for fruits after that. So that's my first change. And then my second change is that I'm not going to stop. Everything went perfectly with Rio for years, like probably up until like 1.5, 2. We loved baby-led weaning, loved everything about it. He was a great eater. Everything was great until we went out of our quarantine pandemic life back into the world. We started eating out more. Mine and my husband's life got busy. We moved. I got pregnant. There was a lot of things that happened, and we just got really lazy. We got lazy with our family dinners. We got lazy with everything. And what I mean is not that we just got lazy, we just got so busy focusing on other things. So we're really working on establishing family dinners, rotating more meals, getting Rio accustomed to those things, and I am excited to be doing that with Noah. Focusing on family meals with her and Rio to get them both to be better eaters. So those are the only 2 differences that I'm going to make as I begin my baby-led weaning journey with Noah. What is baby-led weaning? Well, the name itself is kind of misleading because it is from, I think the UK originally, definitely from like Europe, somewhere over there, where weaning has a little bit different of a association in the US. Weaning is most commonly known with like breast milk and formula, and we're not weaning Noah off of that. It just means that we are going to be introducing solids, we're skipping purees, and we are letting her completely take charge of that. This first probably like 6 to 9 months, you're doing like stick food. So anything you can cut into a strip. Vegetables and fruits and even like breads and grains, anything that can be cut into like a stick that they can hold in their hand like this and they can get into their mouth. Any of those fresh foods are on the table as long as it can be roasted or steamed or is naturally able to smash in between their fingers. That's how you know it's good for them. Noah doesn't have any teeth yet. But she doesn't need them. She has really strong gums. So when she has teeth, that'll be great. But for now, she just kind of mashes on them. She gets some of the food in her mouth. Mostly she's just learning how to get food to her mouth. She's learning textures. She's learning flavor profiles. Like I said, she's creating that base to be a better eater for her whole life. There's an expression, food before 1 is just for fun, and I completely agree with that and completely disagree with that. Because food before 1 is actually not very much for their nutrition. So before 1, it is not much for their nutrition, it's more just for fun, but there's so much important stuff that happens before 1 as far as exposure and learning and all of these things that really create a foundational base that I think is really important, and I'm excited to start on that journey with her and be pulling Rio back in on that. Because to be honest, Noah is not 6 months yet, and that's all the recommended things is to start at 6 months or older. But she has been showing all of the signs of readiness. She can sit up on her own for an extended period of time. She's not going to lay down and choke when she's eating. She has been watching us eat, and she is so interested in everything to the point where, like, if I'm holding her, it is impossible. She will get a hold of something. She'll get a hold of a cup at a restaurant. She'll get a fork off of a plate. She'll try to grab for food. She is so interested, and her eyes like just follow like every little food, and she's like salivating. She's smacking her lips. Like, she wants to eat, and she's been doing that for weeks. But I was just like, oh, she's too young. Like, we can't do that yet. But she's definitely been showing the signs of readiness. And she's just mastered that sitting down. So now that's why I feel comfortable moving forward with that. The other things you want to look for is that a baby can grab something and bring it to their mouth. Because if they can't put the food in their mouth, then there's no point in feeding them. And because the point of baby-led weaning is that they're able to do it on their own. And then the other thing you want to look for is that they're no longer pushing stuff out of their mouth. I forget what it's called. Something reflex. The thrush reflex. I'm not sure. This reflex. That they're not pushing stuff out of their mouth. She can sit on her own. She grabs things and brings them to her mouth. I'm pretty sure her reflexes are gone, and she is so interested and ready for food. So we decided it was time to start her. I went back and looked, and I actually started Rio at 5 months. So we even waited a couple weeks longer for her to start her on food. So she had carrots, and these carrots were actually probably a little too small, but classic second child. I was just in a hurry. I had carrots in the refrigerator that I could have chopped up for her to be longer and thicker for her to hold on to better, but these carrots were going bad and they needed to be eaten first. So that is what happened. I'm a big fan of using what needs to be eaten in our fridge. So my goal with Noah, just like Rio, is to expose them to 100 flavors, 100 foods before they turn 1 year old. That includes spices, that includes soups, all kinds of things. So I am very excited to start this journey. So I just wanted to introduce you. Maybe you've never heard of baby-led weaning, and I wanted to bring you along. Really quickly, I want to address safety concerns. Again, like I said, she's a little young, but she's met all the developmental stages, so I feel super comfortable with it. A lot of people are super concerned about choking, and there is a huge difference between choking and gagging. Gagging is very normal, very healthy, a good reflex that helps your children learn how not to choke. It helps your children learn to feed, how much food they can put in their mouth. They learn, they gag, and they spit it back out. Gagging, totally normal, totally acceptable. Babies gag constantly when they're eating. Sometimes you don't even notice. And that's also true for purees. Babies gag, they learn how much they can be putting in their mouth or not. Choking, on the other hand, your baby is frightened, their face is scared, there's a reaction, and you can tell that they're not breathing. And that is an emergency, and that does need to be handled, which if you're going to move forward with baby-led feeding or baby-led weaning, brush up on your choking infant emergency plan, your CPR and all those things. But that never happened, not once with Rio. Hopefully that will be the same in this situation, but yes, you should always be sitting with your child, paying very close attention. This is not like, oh look, they're 7 months old, go feed yourself. It's about discovering and learning. Plays very much into the Montessori lifestyle where children are learning those things on their own. They're learning how they can eat to move the food to their mouth. They're learning how much they can put in their mouth. They're learning flavor profiles. And the biggest thing is they're learning about food themselves. They're learning how they feel about food. As they get older, they're learning when they're full. They're learning what they like and what they don't like. They're learning to trust their body. They're learning all those things. And as long as this is where we messed up with Rio, as long as I or my family is providing a healthy meal for them, they can make the choices they want about the meal. So I'm excited to jump back on this bandwagon and get Noah and Weaning has become very popular recently in the US, but it's been around for like ever. So for me, this is also just about convenience. My babies are going to eat what I'm eating, and that makes my life a lot easier. So I am grateful that you watched this video, and if you want to see more about our baby-led weaning journey, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know if you have any questions or comments. I would be happy to answer them, and we'll see you soon. Bye!